This is a workout, Rod.
That's alright, I'm up to it.
Probably the second biggest blue I've ever seen. This is going to give you a workout.
Problem was going to be getting the right shark to take the fly. Arrow shaped up, but one of the smaller blues, a couple of metres long, took the fly and shot through
Oh, and away we go. Which one is it? One. Like Richard, I have to take the big one.
it. Back near the boat, and a new problem emerged. The sharks had been in the burley for over an hour and were hungry. Want to know how to put a bit of pepper on a shark's tail to stir it up? Just bring it near a bigger shark.
You want to just release this, don't you? Yeah, I don't want it. Well, might be nice with some photos. Another nice shot before of the man.
That's what happened to Harrow, and with the big blue snapping at its tail, Harrow's shark decided it was time to head for Antarctica. Well,
What's he?
when he worked his shark back to the boat, we could see it was probably nudging 3 metres. The big blue was still hanging about, and Harrow had to watch his line in case it decided to sample the taste. Because you can only put 2.5 or 3 kilos of pressure through a fly rod, swaffers have to adopt other tactics. One is to put your hand on the line on the foregrip, but be ready to release it fast. And when pumping, hold the foregrip with one hand and push the butt of the rod with the other. To take pressure off the rod during a run, the rod is pointed directly at the shark.
Broke him.
Richard was next cab off the rank. I gave him my 13 weight outfit with the Pen 4 reel and a pink thing fly on the end. It was only a couple of minutes before the action started, as a blue picks up the fly, swims across the back of the boat and then takes off.
Oh, rolled straight over, to see that?
Richard set the hook. The shark hits the surface, rolls and takes off. Then the leader breaks. Disaster. But never mind. To keep the big blue interested, Ben cleaned the mako and put its liver into the trail. Watch this take as the blue circles and stalks the offering, then takes it in classical Jaws style. And swims straight back to the boat, looking for more. Next angler, please. Our decky, Ben Plumridge, put his hand up. And why not? Ben had spent 3 days on the Burley, so it was just reward for his efforts. Ben has a 6-weight outfit that he takes out with him for salmon and cooter. Casting these heavy rigs is a bit different, so I obliged and handed him the rod. The reel this time was a Pen 4 anti-reverse model. A little bit different to the direct drive favoured by most saltwater fly anglers. The rights and wrongs of drag systems isn't an issue for Ben. All he wanted to do was set the hook into one of those blues, and that didn't take long in happening, followed by a scorching run.
Got the big one or the little one? Hey, my little one. This pumper. That's alright.
It took Ben 15 minutes to work that shark back to the boat, but the big blue was still proving a problem, and he had to move his line out of the way a couple of times.
Oh, we'll be able to just get it back out of you, right? You sure? Well, you get that into the water.
A few photos alongside the boat, and we didn't have to resolve the problem of getting the fly out without damaging the shark. It pulled. Good catch, Ben. Meanwhile, Harrow had been doing a bit of planing and changed his fly over to a flashy profile job with a stinger hook. It resembled a cooter pattern, so he reckoned it had a chance. So did the big blue. One gulp and he was on. This shark wasn't sure what was going on at first, and for a couple of minutes didn't want to swim away from the boat. Then it took off in a big way.
Here we go.
Oh, he's coming around the front, he's coming around the front. He thinks he's off.
You did?
He's coming straight under the boat. He's going to go up the front. He's going to go up the front.
To attract the shark's attention, Harrow smacked the fly on the water a couple of times. That shark probably felt like a pin cushion by the time Harrow finished. After all, he got the hooks into it 3 times in all.
Oh, down there.